What's up everyone, this is Minnie, and today I'm coming at you with my build for the American Tier 10 Tech Tree aircraft carrier, Midway. Now, before you get into that, a quick reminder, make sure to hit that like button on the video and make sure to subscribe to my channel. About 70% of you watching this video haven't hit that subscribe button yet, and as of the time of the posting of this video, we're only about 130 subscribers away from getting YouTube partnership, so your support is very much appreciated. But with that being said, let's get on to talking about it. Now, the Midway, of course, as I said, the Tech Tree Tier 10 American aircraft carrier is a jack of all trades. Decent rockets, decent torpedoes, decent bombs. It's a fun ship. I love to play it. So let's talk about how we build it. Now, for Captain, first things first. I have run Halsey on this in the past. Currently, Halsey is on my United States, but you are not required to run Halsey for this ship or for this build. You are fine to run it with just a standard Captain. Now, when we talk about skills, an important thing to understand here is this build is based around having the unique upgrade for the Midway. If you don't have the unique upgrade for the Midway, I'll talk about a couple changes I would make to this. But if you do, and I highly recommend you do, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in the video later, here's how I build it. You want to start with your first points going into air supremacy for the quicker aircraft prep time, improved engines for the squad speed boost, and aircraft armor to reduce the continuous AA damage because you're at tier 10 and in some cases dealing with super ships. For your 7th through 10th points, I highly recommend taking proximity fuse. You have torpedoes that do about 5,000 damage per torpedo and you drop 6 of them, so 30,000 alpha strike, getting that extra damage because you negate the torpedo protection on battleships and cruisers is really nice. After that, the next points that I absolutely recommend is you definitely want to take Survivability Expert to get that extra aircraft HP. And I love taking Torpedo Bomber because it drops the arming distance down to under 500 meters, which I think is really nice when you're dealing with those fast-moving cruisers. At that point, with those skills, you will still have 6 points left. If you're running the unique upgrade, you're going to want to take Bomber Flight Control, get that extra 5% cruising speed. I find that to be absolutely valuable. If you're not, your best bet is probably enhanced aircraft armor so that you're reducing the damage from AA shell explosions. Now, the other 2 points you will be left with. Right now, I recommend you take air supremacy. You already have that. I recommend you take engine techie to get the consumable cooldown time lowered so that you can be spamming out the boost quicker. And then search and destroy so that the patrol radius of your fighters is increased. Great for keeping stuff spotted from a little further away where it may not be in AA range. Something I do want to note, as of the creation of this video, there are no CV anti-sub commander skills. However, with subs coming to wargaming and World of Warships properly into the tech tree in the near future, that may change. If that does, obviously bear in mind it may be worth it to take a skill that gives you ability to deal with subs if and when wargaming provides those. But for now, this is what I recommend. Next up, let's talk about your equipment. So, for the modules, you want to take Air Groups Mod 1 for the quicker return speed. You want to take Engines Mod 1 for the quicker or for the longer engine boost duration. In slot 3, I like Torpedo Bombers Modification 1 for the extra Torpedo Bomber attack time, but you can make an argument for having the longer rocket attack time. I don't really see the Aerial Torpedo Modification as worth it. That is going to counteract the 2 points you spent on lower length of arming, as well as it's only bringing them up to 37 knots, which I don't think is a major difference. Slot 4, you want the Bombers Mod 2 because you want to make sure your bombers have more health, especially in this build. Slot 5, you want aircraft prep time and to increase the max number of aircraft on deck, so Flight Control Mod 1. And then, if you can afford it, get the unique upgrade Modified External Hardpoints. This gives you 10% more bomb damage and 10% cruising speed. That, combined with the cruising speed captain skill, means that my bombers have 155 knot base speed and I can boost them to 193 knots, along with a 22-second engine boost time. And you have 12,320 damage per bomb, and you drop 6 of them, which means you have a 70,000 plus alpha strike potential. What this actually equates to, ladies and gentlemen, means I'm looking at anywhere from 10 to 20k on a battleship. I am looking at 10 to 15k on a cruiser, and each bomb that hits an unmarked destroyer is doing over 4,000. So you hit 2 bombs on a destroyer first drop, you've taken 8,000 damage you've put 8,000 damage on it, it's lost what is usually going to be about 20 to 30% of its health at a minimum, depending on the destroyer. Now, two other things. I recommend HVARs over the Tiny Tims. Tiny Tims used to be amazing, but the reticle and dispersion change to them really hurt them. You can't hit them accurately and effectively on DDs anymore with any sort of consistency. So take the HVARs, you'll get much better damage on DDs. Cruisers, I can still hit cruisers for up to 11k if I get the right line, and battleships will take plenty of damage as well, so I find the HVARs to be worth it. Under signals, your best bet on signals is you want to take the Victor Lima, as well as the India X-Ray and the Juliet Whiskey, so you are getting as many fires and floods on enemy ships as possible, taking advantage of damage over time. You're going to want to take November Echo Set 7 for the continuous AA damage. You want November Foxtrot for getting the consumables reloaded quicker, and you want India Delta for the extra HP restored to your torpedoes. That leaves you 2 spare signals. You can consider taking the secondary battery range one if you want, and ship speed, but I really don't see them as worth it. I see that kind of as a waste, but up to you. The final thing to talk about, economic bonuses. I do recommend that you take the bonus package because it is a tier 10 tech tree. You're going to be losing credits if not. And then it's never worth running the credits boosters on it because it's a tech tree. Ship XP only if you're first grinding it to unlock the upgraded modules. And then free XP is not worth it once again because it's a tech tree. But I always run Captain XP on it because I've got a 21-point captain, and so I'm getting that captain build up quicker. And if you don't have a 21-point captain, you want to get these to 21 points as quick as possible because of the fact that you're playing tier 10 matches and you want every point being used. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my build for the Midway. Hope it helps you out. Don't forget to like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel. And as always, this is Minnie, signing off.